Planning your path to college during your middle school years. The information provided in this series is given from the perspective of someone attending Florida State schools and colleges. The information provided here can be applied to the majority of the states, with some minor exceptions. Please refer to your state departments of education requirements and regulations for additional information. Planning for college in middle school starts with picking the right courses and being prepared for the challenge. I am specifically referring to high school courses. If you prepped in advance, you should be ready. If not, you may want to reconsider. The reason? Any high school courses you take during your middle school years will reflect on your high school transcript and also on your GPA. This will in turn have an impact on your college applications. High school courses are more demanding, especially when taking them in middle school. Therefore, it is imperative that you prep for these courses as you would any standardized tests. Before you begin taking high school courses in middle school, summer and winter breaks are excellent times to prepare. You only need an extra hour a day. To be truly successful, you should be preparing to take on more challenging courses well before you begin middle school. But that is a lesson that will be covered in other segments of this educational series. At first, your high school course selection may be limited, but with time new windows will open up. High school course subjects most commonly available during middle school include foreign language, math, algebra and geometry, some electives, and potentially some science. The subject range will differ from middle school to middle school. Some schools may not offer any choices, but it is possible to find new avenues should your school fall within this last category. For example, you can have your kids take online courses for high school credit. Another avenue to getting high school credit while in middle school is to take dual enrollment courses. In Florida, you are eligible to take dual enrollment courses as early as 6th grade. Again, this may not be an option that would be available to you, but it doesn't hurt to try. Most states, if not all, do offer some form of dual enrollment. To see what your state offers, see the 50-state comparison, dual concurrent enrollment policies. Dual enrollment does require more preparation as you will be taking college-level courses. To be eligible to take dual enrollment courses, wherein you earn high school credit while simultaneously earning college credit, you must pass a college entry exam. Not necessarily the SAT or ACT, but these are an option, or maybe the only options. An alternative exam, the PERT test for example, which is exclusive to the state of Florida, only requires that you have knowledge of high school algebra and high school English, reading and grammar to successfully pass the exam. The other requirement is having at least a 3.0 GPA. The PERT test or its equivalent, if available, is preferable to taking the ACT or the SAT. The ACT or SAT should only be taken when and only when you're well prepared to do your very best, as these scores may be reported to universities you apply to in the future. A bad score will reflect poorly on you. Always keep in mind your high school GPA and your ACT or SAT test scores will play a major role in the caliber of universities you get into. If the ACT or SAT are your only recourse for qualifying for dual enrollment, you will need to take them seriously and only attempt them if you are ready. Currently, if you pay for the test yourself, you may be able to exempt that test scores from being reported to universities you apply to in the near future. But this can change. Note, If you take an SAT or ACT that is provided at no cost by your school, you may have no choice in regards to how these scores are reported. As far as I'm aware, these school-paid ACT, SAT scores will be reported to all colleges where you have your self-paid test scores sent to. To reiterate, the most important elements to keep in mind when entering middle school while planning for college is to be proactive in regards to planning and preparing for high school and college level courses. Study during summer winter breaks for classes you expect to take in the fall or spring semesters, respectively. The earlier you start, the more successful you will be. High school and college level courses taken during middle school will count towards your high school GPA. Your GPA weighs heavily in the college admissions process. Take the ACT, SAT tests very seriously. Instead of initially taking an official ACT, SAT to get into dual enrollment, take several practice tests, official tests that were taken in past years to predict your score. Most practice ACT, SAT prep books have numerous practice tests, answers, and scoring tables readily available inside of them. Afterwards, work on your weak areas between practice tests to show improvement. Once you're ready and you're falling within the score range you're comfortable with, schedule to take an official ACT, SAT test. Your GPA and your ACT, SAT test scores carry the most weight, including the level of challenging courses you take, to enrollment, baccalaureate, ACE, and AP. If you find these courses too challenging, you may want to reconsider taking them. If you prepare yourself accordingly, you will find success comes easier. Note: not all state dual enrollment credits are guaranteed to transfer to the university of your choice. You should see the 50-state comparison report for more details on transferability.